How would it feel if I were already a wife? How would it feel if I already had that promotion at my job? How would it feel if I was already driving in that new car? How would it feel? Hey y'all, it's Taj. Welcome back to my channel, and I'm back today with some more free tea. If you are new to this channel, we transmute energy and ascend. We talk about things like how to manifest using the law of attraction, the law of assumption, and so forth and so on. So today I want to talk to you guys about something that Neville Goddard speaks about all the time, and it is manifesting by thinking from your imagination and feeling versus thinking of it. So I found in manifesting, with helping other people manifest, that most people tend to try to manifest by thinking of their desire versus thinking from their desire. When we think of our desire, we are basically looking at that thing as something that's outside of us, okay? And so it puts us into that perspective of, this is something that I want to have. It's kind of like the law of attraction. I want to attract this thing to me that I don't already have. That's not the way to go, and that will slow down or even cause you not to manifest the things that you are truly wanting to manifest. We want to think from our imagination. Thinking from your imagination is simply just the law of attraction, meaning that you're not focusing on the thing itself outside of you, but you're focused more so on how you will feel if that thing is true, if you already have it. So when we think from that perspective of how will I feel if this thing is real, if this were true, how would I feel? We want to think from that perspective and dwell in that feeling. The secret is in the feeling. Neville Goddard says to assume the wish fulfilled. You manifest based on what you are and how you feel. So the feeling and dwelling in that feeling and catching the feeling of whatever it is you're trying to manifest is how we actually manifest these things into reality. Now, let's move into why the feeling is so important. So we live in a vibrational universe, right? Everything, and I mean everything, vibrates at its own certain frequency. So the higher your vibration, the more aligned you are to the things that you want to do, be, have, and experience, which is why we hear people say all the time, raise your vibes, raise your vibration, good vibes only. It's because everything that you are wanting to manifest vibrates on a higher frequency. So for example, I'm going to insert a picture of either here or here of the emotional frequency scale, right? So on this scale, the lowest vibration we have is shame. The highest vibration is enlightenment. And in between there's others like love, peace, joy, courage, things of that nature. So when we are vibrating at a high vibration, at a high frequency, the chances of us manifesting the things that we desire are greater because our overall vibration every single day is higher. So we're more aligned to the things that we're wanting to manifest. It is impossible for us to manifest things that are on a high vibration, such as a house, a car, a relationship. All of those things vibrate on a high vibration, a new job, because the feelings that align to those vibrations are feelings of love, of satisfaction, of joy, of happiness, of fulfillment, of gratitude and abundance and prosperity. But if you are always experiencing things that you don't want to experience, such as lack or not having enough, which that's the same thing, but if you're having bad experiences or you're just not experiencing things that you want to experience or want to manifest, it's because overall your vibration is not high enough. So if you are vibrating most of the time at a fear-based vibration, then you're only going to attract other things that vibrate at that same fear-based vibration. Does that make sense? Comment yes down in the comments if that's making sense so far. So the reason Neville Goddard and Abraham Hicks and all the other spiritual gurus and teachers of the law of assumption, the law of attraction and such, The reason why they say focus on the feeling and dwell in the feeling of the thing. How will that thing make you feel if it were real? You want to dwell there, because how you feel determines the vibration that you're on, which will determine the things that you will manifest at that certain vibrational frequency. So it is important to care about how you feel at all times. Be aware of how you feel, and if you are not feeling a feeling that's of a high vibration, then you want to transmute that and ascend to a higher vibration. So I'm not saying you're going to go from shame or guilt to enlightenment. That's a big jump, right? So we just want to raise our vibes gradually. So if you are feeling feelings of shame, then maybe go up to guilt or apathy, and just continue to climb that emotional frequency scale until you reach a feeling that is fulfilling and satisfying and that feels better. Because keep in mind, how you feel in the moment is the frequency that you're vibrating at, and you're only going to attract and manifest other things that vibrate at that frequency. So be sure to always care about how you feel and transmute those negative energies and feelings and emotions into more positive, high vibrating feelings and emotions. So when Neville Goddard says think from your imagination versus thinking of it, he's saying assume the feeling of that thing. Ask yourself, how would it feel if this were true? How would it feel if I were already a wife? How would it feel if I already had that promotion at my job? How would it feel if I was already driving in that new car? How would it feel? Find that feeling and stay there. This is how you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This is the law of assumption. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys. I hope it really explained how our feelings help create our reality and our experiences, and how our feelings and emotions are aligned perfectly with the vibrational frequency that we are vibrating on. So again, keep those vibrations high. Be sure to think from your imagination and not just of your imagination and your desires. And I promise you, things are going to begin to unfold and harvest and manifest in your life in such a beautiful way. So please be sure to rate this video, comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sending you guys much love, peace, and blessings. I'm back. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want me to talk about certain crystals that help you raise your vibrations and that keep you vibrating on a high frequency. Also crystals, there are crystals that help you manifest money, love, things of that nature. So if you guys want me to do a video speaking about crystals and how they align to helping us raise our vibration, just let me know down in the comments below. Thank you.